Fam, what's up? What's good? Kyle Henderson, Bama Football on YouTube. I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you so much. Run the thumbs up on this video. I really appreciate you guys being here today, right here on Bama Football on YouTube. Run the thumbs up on all these videos. Hope you're having a fantastic Sunday. We're going to recap Alabama's basketball game. Of course, I want to take your calls, get the call-in line open in just a second. And of course, recap a name. Last night was amazing to see everybody who was out at this event, right? I mean, you see if we can maybe minimize that that bottom layer. Appreciate you. What's going on, Scott Johnson? Rolling to us from London. Appreciate you. Yeah, I haven't been to London in a minute. Need to get up there. And it was kind of like star-studded last night. You have Justin Thomas, Coach Saban, Kalen DeBoer, Jalen Milroe. What's going on, Kimberly? Hope you had a good night. Jeremy Sanders, what's going on? Good morning to you. Kevin, what's going on? Very tough loss last night, but the stars were out at Coleman Coliseum, right? Everybody was in attendance. I mean, I love this photo. This even made it to Yahoo Sports. T, what's going on?
Good morning, Undefeated. Hope you're having a good Sunday.
Yeah, we had yesterday. I mean, look, we watched the basketball game with you, and it was a tough loss. I mean, Tennessee, that was only the second time that Alabama has lost at home this season. And I think that there's a lot to chew on when you think about Alabama basketball and how far this team could go and one of the limitations of this team. But there were some great moments. I'll kind of like page through our warming up the show. Yeah, Taryn Arnold and Miss Terry. I think this is originally from Nick Kelly of the Tuscaloosa News, who's doing a great job. But if you haven't seen this footage, go look it up and follow Nick Kelly, or this is Way Offsides Cotton, who basically retweeted it. And Miss Terry is kind of looking over, and then she sees Taryn Arnold come towards her, and she literally pops up. And she's just so elated to see Taryn Arnold. Taryn Arnold, by the way, just posted an electric 4.4 time in the NFL Combine, and then flew right to Tuscaloosa for the big game. And
he must have come straight here, right?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about. It's like, I mean, you're like, well, how did he get a flight? You know, it's like, dude, he's a millionaire.
Yeah, he flew private, I guess.
Yeah, and I bet you Alabama still is taking care of all that stuff, right? So you have, I mean, the private jets. You can get a private jet out from Lucas Oil Stadium. So it's different. Jesus, his dog literally just did this somersault flip and almost flipped off the couch.
He's shaking it off. He's good.
Yeah, but Taryn Arnold, I mean, I love the relationship, and these were two that certainly had a really close relationship. And look at this one. Taryn Arnold was everywhere. This is Coach Smook. Coach Smook even made his way down last night, and he's posted with Taryn Arnold. So Coach Smook making himself at home here in Tuscaloosa. Appreciate it. I think we had a gift. Dwight P hooking somebody up this morning with a fan footer membership right here on Bama Football on YouTube. I appreciate you guys rocking with us right here on Bama Football on YouTube. Thank you very much for joining us. Let's see what other stars were out last night. I mean, there were so many cool pictures to see. Too bad Alabama didn't come up with the dub. I mean, it's not the end result. Dwight P hooking up somebody else as well.
Wow.
Look, this was another one. And this is Patrick Greenfield. He works for AL.com, does a really good job. He's out in the field, one of the field reporters, field videographers. So you'll see him on Monday or probably on Wednesday when we're all obtaining the footage for the team. This is Coach Kalen DeBoer and Jalen Milroe. You know, look, I think when you kind of look to, that this whole quarterback battle, this whole thing, who has Kalen DeBoer been pictured with the most?
I mean, I would say Milroe now.
Yeah, I mean, so has he and I'm not, this is what it is. Has been posted with Ty Simpson.
No.
Dylan Lonergan.
No.
Austin Mack.
No.
The fans are pumped up to see Jalen Milroe. So I think people want, there's a group that doesn't want Milroe to start, but
yeah.
Look at this photo right here. What does this say?
Yeah, it says he's his quarterback.
Right? I mean, and it's Jalen Milroe is the first one. He was on game day. Mm-hmm. He was shooting, yeah. And
he's the only one they've shared footage of.
That's it. It's there's no other quarterback it's just Milroe, Milroe, right? So, I mean, I've said a million times before, I'm on the Milroe train. I mean, this was the footage, recently as well. That was, Milroe posted himself. He's got muscles on muscles. Looks the part, looks to be able to change the throwing motion. I know it's only one particular throw, but we're going to get a chance to see him on Wednesday. So, yeah, I mean, I find that interesting. It's like everyone's like, yeah, there's going to be some quarterback battle, but it's like clearly Kalen DeBoer and Jalen Milroe, I mean, he's literally posted every single place with Coach Kalen DeBoer. All right, we continue with kind of the star-studded night from Tuscaloosa last night as Alabama falls to Tennessee at home. Only second loss in conference play on the season. Tennessee did a really good job. It was crazy, though. We're going to talk about the game in a minute. I want to take your calls just a few minutes as well. Here's a picture by Charlie Potter as well from Bama Online. I like that length. See, you can't buy gear like that on like the soup store.
No.
You have to go, I guess, I don't know. You guys, Athletes Trend is probably where you still get that. Okay, this photo right here, I think, I want to say Alabama basketball took it and someone else retweeted it. But is it me or does Coach Saban just keep looking better?
He looks great. Yeah, he looks like younger.
Doesn't he?
Yeah.
Hey, fam, in the undefeated, do you think that, there, Kevin, we saw videos of Ty throwing as well. We had those. We posted those. Let's see. I think there might be some background audio of this. But yeah, his father uploaded.
But he's so averse to change.
Right? That was I would play it, but Ty and I are talking over that video. But yeah, we saw that footage of Ty Simpson. I'm just saying, I was just pointing out that like Kalen DeBoer and Jalen Milroe are literally everywhere together, like everywhere. So I was just pointing that out. But anyways, like Coach Saban looks great. He looks rested. I love this quarter zip that he's wearing as well, right? And you see like all the stars that are out. I mean, Justin Thomas. I mean, this is red carpet. Alabama is like, this is Alabama Hollywood.
For sure.
And you have Ryan Williams coming over here, who is literally Hollywood. This is the best hat that I saw.
Yeah.
Right? It's simple. We have gear that says Auburn sucks, but it doesn't, like, see, that's why I was asking the other day, like, who do Alabama fans hate more?
Yeah.
So, like, I get it. Auburn, there's that in-state rivalry, and you're always going to hate them. But I think they have, like, this ultra disdain for Tennessee.
They do, yeah.
Right? You saw, like, when Tennessee won that game last night, like, literally the views just dropped.
Yeah.
People just left. They're like, I'm out.
Going to bed.
That's it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, but I love this hat. Simple, elegant. And you know what stands out about this hat, too? The text. The font. Right? It's a really good font.
Yeah, I know that font.
Right? Yeah, I mean, it's easy. Just white, crimson on white. I hate Tennessee. That's it. Boom. Right? So that was one of the standouts for me last night as well. I had to screenshot that. That was a hat that stood out. Tough loss. Look, when you look to this game last night, I'm going to get your calls and talk about this game as well. You are not going to be able to win games. And please run the thumbs up on these videos, fam. I appreciate you guys. You are not going to win games when you don't score for 8 minutes. Alabama did not score. Yeah. I mean, Bruce, what's up, man? But they didn't score for nearly 8 minutes last night in that second half. And what the crazy thing is, they still had an opportunity somewhat to win this game. It's not like it got blown out like the first time they played Tennessee, right? They still had an opportunity. But I mean, 8 minutes of no points on the board is crazy. You look at the statistics here, a couple things that we, looking at the stats. Sears, he's averaging 20. He scored 22. 2 of 8 from the three-point land. 8 of 9 from free throws. This was crazy. Grant Nelson scored just 3 points, and he fouled out with 6 minutes. That was crazy.
Yeah, you don't normally see somebody foul out with that small amount of points, right?
Yeah. Byron is saying, let's see this. Red flag. Kyle, Milroe was a guest of Reese Davis at the game. When DeBoer showed up at the game, Milroe was there. They sat together. How do you think the other quarterbacks feel? Yeah, well, I mean, talking about the other quarterbacks, that's what I'm saying. It's like people are like, I think there's a percentage of fans that still think it's an open quarterback race.
Yeah.
It's not. Like, Jalen Milroe is the guy. And people are like, well, I mean, I think how does it make the other quarterbacks feel? This is their guy.
Yeah, I think when we asked the chat who thought that there would be a battle for that position, I think 60 something. I think it was like 63%.
Yeah.
Thought there would be.
Yeah.
Which was a little surprising.
Milroe is the quarterback. He's the guy. He's the leader. He's like the alpha. He's who everybody follows. He's going to be the quarterback of this team. Unless like something crazy happens during the season, it's a race for second place. That's why I know you probably don't want to hear this morning, but I wouldn't be surprised if a quarterback hits the transfer portal during this next window.
Yeah.
Like that's it. Like this is high level. This is the pre-NFL. There's no like play everybody and give everyone a shot. No, like they're gonna ride with Milroe, and if they're not, yeah. And also too, Milroe is very marketable for Alabama, 100%. He's the guy. Look at the sponsorships that he gets. He's $1 million NIL. Alabama certainly is trying everything that they can to continue to, like yesterday was an opportunity for them on another national stage for Alabama, right? Didn't come up with the dub, but a lot of it is about continuing to build the brand. So, I think that there's going to be players that leave in the transfer portal. I think that players are going to come in the transfer portal. That's just it. This is the pre-NFL. But these guys want Milroe. And you shouldn't be upset if your quarterback is Milroe. It would be crazy. I promise you, if Milroe was to go into the transfer portal, Alabama fans would freak out. There would be a small percentage that'd be like, yay. But I promise you, there's every single program across the country would welcome Jalen Milroe with open arms.
Oh yeah.
Like this is the type of player that you like want to have on your squad. I think though, fans still see that it's like didn't win a national championship. And that goes on the coach, that goes on the quarterback. But it's a team game. But Milroe's our guy. And he's earned it. Dude might win the Heisman Trophy. I don't know. I think he's going to have a much better offensive coordinator, offensive mind this year than compared to last year. Getting back to this game last night, I felt that Nick Pringle played a hell of a game. When we were watching the game with you guys last night, I was like, is this Pringle's best game ever? And you guys were like, yeah, hell yeah. It really was. Guy had 13 points. He was 4 from 4 from the field, inside, in the paint. Free throws, he missed 2. Okay. But overall, I thought he played great. Total rebounds, he had 9. She almost had a double-double last night. I thought he came through. You got a better performance than for Grant Nelson, and you win this game. Not pointing it all on Grant Nelson, but I'm just saying. Jared Stevenson hit a gigantic 3. But overall, in the night, you couldn't get others to fall as he's just 1 for 4 from the field. But he came in. I think that's kind of what turned the tide of this game a little bit before half, is he came in, hit a 3, and, that kind of gave them some momentum at the half, right? They're leading at the halftime. What was it? 41-39. And then Tennessee outscores Alabama by 9 points in the second half, 42-33, for an end result being 81-74. Not mad about it. When you look to the overall SEC standings, go full screen on this. Tennessee now 13-3 in conference play. 23-6 overall, 14-1 at home, 7-3 on the road. South Carolina now in second place. And this is from the official SEC standings. 24 and 25, and then Alabama now 20-9 overall, 12-4 conference play. This team, they were favored. I think they were picked 5th by the media poll. So. Still a few games to play, and I think they're going to be very dangerous in the SEC tournament and the overall NCAA tournament. No doubt about it. This team is going to be right there. I think Tennessee's going to be there. My goodness. For Tennessee to be able to come over and play Alabama like they did last night, I think when you're filling out your NCAA brackets, and we're going to have some brackets on here that we go through, Tennessee is definitely going to be on fire. They're going to be a tough team. I think they could, who knows? They could, are they an Elite 8 team? Final 4 team? Maybe. Yeah, Tennessee basketball rolls. All right, I'm going to open up the call line. I'll be back in just 1 second. and we'll take your calls. We'll talk about Alabama spring football, which starts tomorrow. Get your remaining questions going into this game, so get them ready. T, if you could put the call in line on the screen, I'll be back in like 1 minute right here on Bama Football on YouTube. All right, fam, back here on Bama Football on YouTube. Calling line is open. 205-850-1994 is the number to call in. I appreciate you guys joining me right here on Bama Football on YouTube as we kind of turn the page and we look to spring football. What are the remaining questions that you guys have going into spring football? What are questions that are on your mind when we look to tomorrow, the first day when the pads start popping? Well, tomorrow they'll be in shells, but you get what I'm saying. I mean, spring football is here. On a Wednesday, we'll have an opportunity to watch this team. We will have coverage tomorrow. We will put that coverage out, a schedule for you guys so you guys know what to watch. But Kalen DeBoer will hit the podium for the first time this spring, and I can't wait to hear what he says, about, is it just coach speak? Is it addressing kind of team needs? I bet there's a lot to go over. And how long will he speak for? Because Coach Saban was relatively short. He talked for like 7 minutes, 8 minutes. And it's different per coach. I mean, for example, like Nate Oates last night, what does he talk for? About 35 minutes?
Like it. I mean, he talked for at least 20 minutes.
Yeah, and so did the opposing coach too last night. Yeah. He was kind of, I don't know if he was a rambler or what, but he was just kind of going on and on.
Yeah, he was.
Someone even in the comment box was like, shut up. So tomorrow we'll get to see, the first chance of Kalen DeBoer, who speaks. So practice is at 3:25, and then I say he probably hits the podium between 5:30 and 6. We're going to have that right here on Bama Football on YouTube. So how we're going to work that is we're going to just fold that into our evening coverage. So we will stream the press conference right here, and then we'll go to Coach Sean, who's at 6, and then we'll go to Coach Smook at 7. That's how we'll work tomorrow. So we'll post a schedule of how we're going to work spring football, and then on Wednesday, kind of similar feel with our coverage, being that we can be there at practice, and kind of fold that into our coverage. So if you have questions about spring football, definitely call in, chime in. That's why I didn't watch the press conference. I knew I was going to talk about nothing for too long. Honestly, it was kind of like that. I mean, what do you like? What do you say? You lost at home in front of a national audience, and that's just it. I mean, Grant Nelson, didn't play his best game, came up short against, a better team in Tennessee. That's it. Is Tennessee a better basketball team than Alabama? Yes, they are. I mean, they played twice, and Tennessee's won each time. But it's not the end result. So I think for me, when you go into spring football, and I had Coach Sean, he put together a really good video, by the way. Call line number is open, 205-850-1994. I look to, these guys right here. The offensive line, honestly. How are these offensive linemen going to come together? Are they going to come together this spring? But I just have a lot of questions about how do these guys look, and can they facilitate a really good elite offensive line under Coach, Kapilovic? Because you need tackles. And who is going to start at the tackle positions, at least from the jump? Who are going to be like your left tackle and your right tackle, like tomorrow on Wednesday? And where are we going to go from there? Are we going to get out of spring football and realize that Alabama needs to go in the transfer portal for a tackle position? Because let's face it, last year, I think what really slowed down this team was the underperforming offensive line. It's fair to say. They just didn't perform well. You can't sugarcoat it. The center, he wasn't it. The tackles underperformed. Not necessarily J.C. Latham, because I think he's going to, be drafted in, the first round of the NFL. But that just wasn't it last year. So, what are you going to do? You got to figure out how to get these offensive linemen that you have here to be able to rise up. And I think with kind of the interior, Jaden Roberts, Tyler Booker, and Parker Brailsford, you're in a really good spot to start out with. We've asked this question many times. Are these guys going to bump out to the tackle position? Can Tyler Booker play tackle? Is he going to be needed to play tackle? Where are we going to see other guys rise up? Right? Yeah. I mean, honestly, I think that 100%. So I think that, the offensive line is certainly an area of concern, as is the secondary. And this is just going into springtime, just because kind of a lack of depth or items that we don't know about, right? Like from the secondary standpoint, what is Alabama going to look like at the corner position? Is Damani Jackson going to be the part right away? I don't know. On paper, it looks to be like the guy, former 5-star coming in from, Southern California. I mean, he's the guy that Alabama wanted previously. The other side, Jalen Mbakwe. Is he going to ball out? By the way, Alabama, kind of just switching gears real quick. But Alabama, in case you missed it, Alabama landed Antonio Coleman as well. T, can you get, I'll share this graphic with you. And you can just put on the screen whenever you can. Sending it to you via text. Antonio Coleman, in case you missed it, he flipped to Alabama yesterday from Auburn. So he had committed to Alabama and then committed to Auburn, and now he has decommitted and flipped to Alabama. He's a 4-star prospect out of Saraland. So big pickup from the class of 2025. I guess, so when you talk about the Alabama secondary, how are they going to come through? Who's going to rise up? And I want to see a lot of these guys within the secondary, not only at the corner position, but like safeties in this 4-2-5. Who's going to play where? The Husky. How is Malachi Moore going to look? Who's going to be, behind him? Thank you, T. This is Antonio Coleman, who committed yesterday to Alabama. And you're still kind of far out from these prospects signing. Who knows, there's going to be an early signing day or whatever. It's like, man. See, because how I view it right now is the players, they commit, then they flip back, then they announce that they need time to think about it. But then what happens is nobody writes about them anymore. And then they're like, oh, I got my top 8. So you get back into write the articles.
Yep.
And then you say top 4. And then you say top 2. And then you say you're going to announce. And then you postpone your announcement for like, you don't say why. You keep it ambiguous. So you're like, oh my God. And then you're like, I'm finally going to commit. Mm-hmm. And then what you do is you get a hat of the opposing school and you put it on. And then you take it off.
And then you get the other
and then you put the other hat on.
Yep.
And then this is what you do from there, because now there's no reason to write about you anymore, right? So what you do is you announce that you're going to an all-star game, or that you're down to these 2 like all-star games. Uh-huh. And then you like have another signing ceremony to see what all-star game you're going to, I swear to God. And then at the all-star game, you come out with something else, and then you shut down your commitment. And that's it. I've seen it happen.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, it's the same process, right?
So yeah, you like, where are you at in the recruiting process? That's why like following recruiting is just, it's wild. It's like he committed, he decommitted. Is it a soft commit? Is it a hard commit?
Yeah.
What is it gonna do? Yeah. Kevin, that's a good question, man. Appreciate you rocking with us this morning. Transferred in from Washington, but do you think he's a lock at center? I would think so. I mean, other guys I think probably competing at the position are James Brockemeyer. I don't know if Rocky Montgomery is going to be there. Somebody said that Olas Alanen could also be center. I don't know if that's going to be the case or not, but I think, Brailsford probably has the best, opportunity to be the starter here. And I like that because, as I talked about in the beginning, if you have Brailsford, who had an outstanding season last year, and then you have Jaden Roberts, to the right of him, and you have Tyler Booker, I'm down with that. You figure out who the tackles are going to be and then crush it. T, can you put up, I just tweeted out something. I'll go back to the B-roll. But I just retweeted something, or I just tweeted something. And so I brought this out yesterday. So Texas had this unbelievably showing at the combine, right? Xavier Worthy, you saw this, right? He ran a 4.2. Their tight end balled out. Everybody from the Texas squad like completely balled out, and people were like, "Man, like Steve Sarkisian building something amazing. Texas is going to do this and do that." And here they are now at the NFL Combine showing out, and rightfully so. I mean, the 40 time that Worthy ran yesterday was the fastest 40 time ever, right? But then I started thinking about it, and I was like, "Damn, think about this. Do you have that tweet?" It's on. I tweeted it. Yeah, there you go. Perfect. All right. So I was thinking about it. So Texas football dominated the combine. Xavier Worthy, Donnie Mitchell, Jatavion Sanders, right? Those guys crushed it. But I was thinking about it. I was like, damn. And Kalen DeBoer found a way to beat Texas twice. Can't wait to see what he can do here at Alabama. All right. There's no way to sugarcoat this. The prospects here at Alabama are far better than at Washington. Fact. Okay. Are the guys good at Washington? Yeah, they're really good. There's going to be guys to go to the NFL. Washington is not built like Alabama. Think about it. Look at all the guys that left. What was it? 40 guys who left. Your coach, all these, your head coach, these assistant coaches, and Alabama's probably still going to compete for a national championship. The same thing is not going to happen at Washington. I promise you. Like Michael Penix Jr., baller. But Washington, do you think they're going to be still in the mix?
No, I don't.
Absolutely not. No, I don't even in the Big Ten. They're going to be, somewhere in the mid tier, and that's going to be it.
Yeah.
That's going to be the last time we ever talk about Washington football. I'm sorry, Husky fans, but that's it. Alabama fans, they were so well stocked, and there's so much depth there, and there's such a solid foundation, and the brand is still so strong that it's crazy. Despite losing Coach Saban and all of these guys, the NFL and the transfer portal, Alabama is still going to be a national title contender immediately. As soon as they figure out the direction they want to go, that's what I'm saying. Coach Kalen DeBoer, look up where he's gone. He's won everywhere.
Yeah, his record is insane.
It's crazy. It's crazy. The dude doesn't even say a bad word. I don't know.
And how do we feel about this?
I prefer him to cuss.
Yeah.
It's the South.
I think it lights a fire under,
it's the
guys.
South. Look, the South is, I love it. It's very, proper. Mm-hmm. But hey, in sporting events.
Yeah, I think it's fair game.
So look, church on Sunday, but during competitive games.
Yeah, during a football game.
No,
as an Alabama coach, come on. But I don't know if he can get his point across.
This better be completely
broken, annihilated.
Yeah, that's that's how that's how you.
We're so used to Saban.
And we were talking about this morning. It's I don't know why, curse words they're more impactful, right?
Yeah, we were like, what is he gonna say? Dag nabbit.
Dang it. Right?
I don't know.
I don't know. What? I don't know. In the South, sporting events. I mean, I've been to so many youth games, and the parents are.
Yeah, those are the worst.
It's wild. These are the same people that you were just at church with.
Yeah.
They're this is sporting event, Kyle. This is the real life. I was
I will rip your child's head off and spit down his neck.
The crazy thing is at a youth sporting event that this kid struck out and someone's booing. Boo, and everyone's like, hey, don't do that. And they were like, that's my kid.
Nice. It's like my grandmother.
So, because I would go watch my buddy's son play at Kentucky. Mm-hmm. It's a baseball.
Yeah. My brother played there.
Yes, and it's kind of the highest, the most competitive league here for youth sports. It's unbelievable. I love it. Those games. The cool thing is these youth baseball games. They're timed, so there's just 1 hour. So there's a clock.
Yeah.
So a game can't be 3 hours.
Yeah.
It's just look.
After the hour, wherever you are, that's
Boom.
it. Yeah.
And it's just done. Yeah. Kentucky. All right. I think we have a call. Oh, we got Jay calling in from Round Rock.
Nice.
All right. We'll take it right in 2 seconds. All right, Jay, what's up, man? Good morning to you. I appreciate you calling. Thanks for rocking with us this morning, man. Welcome to the show, and take it away.
Good morning, Kyle. How are you doing? Good morning, T. Yeah, I just got a couple of things that I want to talk about. First, I guess Antonio Coleman. Okay, I'm happy that he changed his mind to come back to Alabama, but at this point in time, it's so much time in between now and the time that he's actually going to sign, to where with the way he did things, I'm not 100% sure that he may not flip again. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully he won't, and hopefully that's the start of guys coming back. You know what I'm saying? But I just didn't. It didn't excite me like I thought it would when he recommitted. You know, I don't know. What's your opinion on that?
Like I said earlier, I mean, I'm happy about it, and I think it's like a slam dunk commitment or whatever. But like, I don't get really excited until these guys are like practicing in pads and helmets, because like even like think about this, and the way that I feel like that now, it's what has happened with the NCAA rules. For example, like how excited were you about Julian Sane? How excited were you about Jameer Grimsley? These guys literally practiced for the Rose Bowl, and they still are not like headed into spring. And I get it. A lot of that is because of the coaching or whatever, changes. But I'm saying like until these players are like signed, sealed, and delivered, I have a hard time trying to follow 16 years old, like 16-year-old athletes, 17-year-old athletes. Like I have a son, and I kind of, it's a little bit strange, to be honest, to like be following like calling like prospects that are like 16, 15, 17 and figuring out like where they're going to go, what they're going to do. I think like, I don't know. And I get it. There's a business based off that, but it's just like, let these guys sign, let them get here. And I like to talk about the guys that are like actually practicing on the field. So that's kind of just how my take is. And the guy is great. He's from Saraland. I mean, look at the prospects that they put out. But until you like sign the paper, I don't know.
Yeah. And on our basketball team, I think they played much better yesterday. I was not happy with the outcome, but pleased with the effort that they put up for the most part. Mm-hmm. But I kind of got the feeling when they kind of like went flat at a point that they kind of anticipated losing and didn't really put forth the effort that they could have in order to win that game, because I believe they could have won that game. But I think in some of those guys' mind, they had already lost this game before they started playing. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I may be wrong about that, but sometimes that can happen with some teams, because when you look at how they lost the first time, it was by a large margin. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And then when it seemed like they just couldn't get it together in order to, put that complete game together to pull out a win. And I was kind of disappointed as far as that goes, because I'm very, very big on basketball. I love basketball, but I love my football too.
Yeah, I thought when I was watching the game on with Jay Townsend calling in from Round Rock, I liked the first half, because despite Tennessee having the majority of the momentum in the lead the entire first half, Alabama is still able to find a way to lead at halftime, right? 41-39. And then I felt like in the second half, despite them going on literally a scoring drought for 8 minutes, they were still within reach of this game. Tennessee is a very, very good team. They're very well coached, and they got some guys who can just straight out ball. I mean, I felt that Alabama, just watching that game last night, and it had a March Madness feel. But Alabama, I felt lacked like outside perimeter defense. They did a good job rebounding, better than I thought. And I think like Nick Pringle had his best game. So capitalize on that and continue to feed him. I mean, but Tennessee, we can't take away how good of a team Tennessee is. And I think it's going to be challenging for Alabama as well, going on the road against Florida. I mean, that game was tight the last time here at Coleman. So I think it's going to be tough for Alabama and Gainesville as well.
Well, it did prove that, they are Alabama speaking, are a really good team, because like I said, from the first game, losing the way they did, and to come back and play close the way they did in this game and not lose by a large margin, it shows that they're a good team. But they just had a flat point in that game to where it was frustrating for me to watch. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, what happened? You know what I'm saying? They were doing good, and then all of a sudden, they just went flat for, and if they had kept that momentum going, I really think they could have won that game. I really do. I think they could have won that game.
Yeah. Well,
but I was going to say about Terrion, I had said before the combine that he really didn't need to do anything. You know what I'm saying? He did good as far as his field work, but he went running kind of average on his 40. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I'm hoping that he stays at number one. They before the combine, they was talking about clear cut. He was going to be the first DB pick, and then I read something later that he'll be one of the top DBs. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
But he'll still have an opportunity on pro day to come back and do better on that 40. You know what I'm saying? But he did a very, very awesome interview. You know what I'm saying? He thanked Miss Terry and he thanked his mom. I thought that was awesome. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, that kid he's got a career after football. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
He may be a commentator. He may be a commentator himself after football because he does well as far as speaking. You know what I'm saying? And he's awesome. It tells that his mom did a great job raising him, and he's a fine young man. You know what I'm saying? But I was just hoping that he wouldn't even attempt. You know what I'm saying? To do anything just for the sake of not moving down any, but I know he's still going to go in the first round. That's what I'm happy about.
Yeah.
And I truly want him to go to the Dolphins. I'm a Dolphin fan. So if we can get him, I'd be happy.
Oh,
but
yeah.
Anyway,
Dolphins loading up. So, yeah, I appreciate the call, Jay. Thanks for the commentary on basketball and Terry on Arnold, man. And thanks for this continued support inside the undefeated, man. And we look forward to seeing you at A-Day.
Oh, man, I'm excited, man. I'm excited. I'm going to be there.
Yep. All right, man. Take it easy, man. All right. Jay,
all right, man.
Jay Townsend with the call.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide team, man. Jay Townsend with the call in from Round Rock. Yeah, Jeremy, I've been saying this for a long time. Right, T?
Yeah, immediately.
I've been saying this since like last season or two ago. Because and it makes perfect sense why ESPN would hire him. I mean, he's everybody still listens to him. I mean, and you know what? I wasn't sure when Saban retired, if he would just go away to Jupiter, Florida, and he's in the limelight. Yeah. This is like Hollywood Saban.
Yep.
He's everywhere. Right? We see him I think, you know what's going to happen? I think we're going to see more of Saban because of ESPN than we did before.
I think so, too.
And I think Saban said that, he always thanked the media. Maybe he wanted, maybe this is kind of like his dream job.
Maybe. Yeah.
Now, Saban does better when somebody can, hype him up. Mm-hmm. He's not good, on, one-on-one. That's
true.
But, getting him around, Pat McAfee was genius. Whoever came up with that idea. Damn. Yeah, so who knows? I love Saban, his ideas, where he's at, and he just looks good. I mean, he looks fantastic. Retirement.
Yeah, he really does.
Nobody's looked better in retirement than him. Usually you get retirement, I don't know. I don't know too many people in retirement, but he looks primed.
Yep.
Right? So, maybe we'll hear. And who was it? Was it Chris Broswell said that he's still coaching behind the scenes on the defensive side?
Really?
That's what he said at the combine. I think he's talked to Kane Womack a couple times. I don't think he's coaching.
Yeah, I hadn't heard that.
Yeah. T, can we put back the graphic of Antonio Coleman?
Yeah.
Antonio Coleman, he flipped to Alabama from Auburn. So, yeah, he is recommitted to the Alabama Crimson Tide, and a big pickup for Coach Kalen DeBoer. And I think, part of what's great? Think about this. Coach Kalen DeBoer, and, of course, you got to sign all these guys or whatever, but he's beat Auburn. He's beat Auburn twice. right? With Ryan, because Ryan Williams, he was down to Auburn and Alabama.
Yep.
And Caitlin DeBoer wins that battle.
Yeah.
Huge battle, like epic battle when he just got here.
Mm-hmm.
And then with Antonio Coleman, he was committed to Saban, then committed to Hugh Freeze. And now the Saraland connection, I think a lot of this probably has to do with like Ryan Williams as well, because he's from Saraland.
Yeah, I was wondering that same thing.
And now Caitlin DeBoer, out of the class of 2025, you land Antonio Coleman. So honestly, I don't know. Caitlin DeBoer is slicing up Hugh Freeze. I love it. If you think about it that way, it makes it a little bit better too.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, a 4-star. I mean, he's doing a hell of a job. Brandon is saying Grant Nelson waits to NIL funds. I don't know about that. I would love to see a breakdown of all the NIL. Is that like public?
I'm not sure. You could probably request it.
Can you get like a public request? See, wouldn't that
like
be
a
interesting?
public information request. Yeah.
Because the NIL, from what I understand, it's going to all the students. So you could see like, I don't know. Is there like a swimmer on there like making 40 grand? No, I'm serious. No, I don't know.
I don't know.
Someone said a long snapper was making like, I don't know, 50.
Do we have a swim team?
Yeah, there's a men's swim team.
No way.
What about like a tennis player? Like, I don't know. The pitcher, Montana Fouts, she was in the millions. She just graduated a couple years ago. She was up there.
Yeah, she was great.
For sure. Brandon is saying he heard his. Is that Grant Nelson? 200 grand. I think what was Isaiah Bond was making here. What was he making? 20 a month, which is basically the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, 20 a month. Yeah. What's up, Antonio? I see you inside the combine. That's a beautiful family photo, by the way, man. That's like really, really nice. That's one of the best ones we've seen. Mm-hmm. Kyle, how do you feel about the fan base last night at Coleman? I don't think Tennessee was phased at all. Well, the court side is filled with people who sit. It's not like, can we get a picture of like, can you type in Duke Cameron crazies? I think the excitement and the fans definitely want to be excited about it, but I think the limitations about like the actual seating make it, maybe non-imposing. I don't know. That would be the coach for Tennessee would never answer that. You would need somebody more outspoken to be like, nah, home court didn't even faze me at all. But they're never, because the coach can be like, no, it was a very tough environment to play at. They're not, I would love for a coach one time to be like, this place stinks. It's easy to win at. You can't even hear the crowd.
Yeah,
like,
seriously.
And people, when you say stuff like that, people like you more because you're just completely honest. Be like, no, it's not a tough place to win. I hope they never get a new arena.
Yeah, seriously.
And you know what?
Never change the seating
By him
chart.
saying that, guess what would happen? Alabama would get a new arena.
Yeah.
He'd be like, you know what? This place is very easy to win at. And those comments would go so far, and then you would get your new arena. But right now, the whole like, it's coming. Coleman is still like, a place, blah, blah. I don't know if you're never going to get it, but look at that. Okay, now can we look up? Yeah, this is crazy.
Like, look, they're like touching him almost.
Yeah, look at the guy. Look at it. These are our reporters underneath. They look, they're ducking down.
Yeah.
Could you imagine our media faithful, Charlie Potter, Nick Kelly, Tony Tsoukalis, all those guys, right? Down there.
Let's see Alabama's seating arrangement.
Yeah. Damn, that's crazy. Now let's see Alabama's.
Yeah.
Can we find one?
I'm gonna look.
I mean, does this help you make shots? No. Does this help you avoid 8 minutes where you can't score? I don't know. But I mean, this makes it this look, and again, this is Duke, North Carolina. So I mean, that game, as you know, is like Alabama, Auburn, or kind of has that magnitude of a feel. But still, I think the Cameron Crazies, that's a hell of a name. But I like the fact that the Crimson Chaos, like they could certainly do that same thing. I don't know.
I think I found something.
Is there something like that? I don't really see any of the fans like around. I'm probably gonna get in trouble for saying this, but by like the sitter down people. But I never seen like those people kind of with this type of energy. I don't know. Have you guys? Do we have any Do we have a look?
Like,
T?
can you kind of tell from this one?
I like that photo. No, you need it from the sides.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll look.
a
Well,
different one.
yeah, we'll research it and come back.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you kind of look like the way that it's like, seated, it's kind of like, it looks like this. Like, and I get it. These are all VIP right here. But for the most part, this goes around. It's kind of like the VIPs of like the most important donors are sitting around as opposed to like the Cameron Crazies. Whatever. I don't, doesn't really, you still got to make shots no matter who's there, whatever. I just think that they need, a better setup for the students. Kevin, what's up, man? Be around for a few more minutes. Kyle, do you know that Alabama also has a pretty extended number of adaptive athletes? Yeah. What's interesting is, have you seen I know, Lisa. Have you seen the men's wheelchair basketball team?
I don't think so.
So I think they've won a couple national championships. And if you look this up, they've had an incredible run. They also have a hockey team here, but I don't think that the hockey team is associated with the university. Like, I think it's more like of a club. But the men's basketball team, the wheelchair basketball team, they're like outstanding. Mm-hmm. Can you look this up?
Yeah.
Like when?
Let's see.
Yeah. No, I mean, actually, I've always wanted to go check out one of the games. And in fact, who was at the game recently? I think they won like a national title recently. That's what I'm saying. Antonio is saying this. The wheelchair hoops team, they're like one of the top teams in the country.
Yeah, they call it adapted athletics.
Yes, exactly. That's just what Kevin was saying. And Antonio is saying that the wheelchair team is phenomenal. I'm serious. Like, they're. I think they won a national title like 2 years ago, or like back to back.
This is cool. I didn't even know we had this. Honestly.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking at the roster right now.
Yeah, they're. So read out.
Some of the guys.
Well, what is their schedule?
Okay,
or maybe you could put it on the screen or whatever. But, yeah, they're absolutely killing it. Yeah, Byron saying back to back. See, back to back champs.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I didn't know, but I'm gonna have to check them out now.
Jay Jackson, what's up, man? Appreciate it. We fouled way too much. Not of aggressive rebounding, getting loose. Gonna be a short ride in the tournament if we don't pick it up. Oh, is that what they're called? Thanks, Jay Jackson. I appreciate the super chat, man. Yeah, you gotta. It's kind of a balance of like staying hot and playing overall good basketball in tournament. A tournament team, like, you get beat by a weird team by like Nevada or something like that you didn't even think about just because they just played better than you. You're right, Kyle. The frozen tide. That's so amazing.
February.
Oh, is this their?
Yeah. So, okay, March. Here we go.
Who are the legends?
I'm not sure.
Huh.
Strand Harden or.
So they just beat Auburn.
Yeah.
And the next.
So was that
game,
what is that the last game?
I guess so. Yeah.
And then college nationals.
So
the 13
so it looks
through
like this is already the national tournament is coming up. Huh. Cool. All right. Yeah.
But here you can kind of see like, yeah, they've won a lot.
Who they lose to? Arizona.
Yeah, Arizona, Wisconsin.
Huh.
And the Legends, whoever that is.
No way. Kevin's an adaptive athlete.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. We have some familiarity with some of that as well. I mean,
the Legends must be good.
I wonder if that is kind of like a club team that they play against, you know, is, I don't know, like I don't know what they would be, but I don't know if they're like associated, but I'm an endurance cyclist. That's what's up, man. That's amazing. It's good to see. I don't know. I'd like to go check it out one time for sure.
Yeah,
couple times.
yeah, we should.
Oh, I didn't even know that they had a rugby team. That's cool. That's what's up. A rugby team.
Yeah, because we don't have men's soccer. I think they did rugby.
Yeah, because they have women's. I know they have women's soccer.
Since they had rugby, I think they couldn't have.
You know, rugby is amazing to watch, and I get it. Like the tops in like rugby, like where we are in the world, is probably lower because you have like New Zealand, Australia. I think it's South Africa.
Yeah, it's even big in Europe, like England. Rugby's pretty big.
They'd probably be like fourth or fifth,
Yeah.
and I think like the United States is kind of down at the bottom.
Yeah,
but, like,
you don't see
New
a lot of it
Zealand
here.
and Australia. That's what's amazing. So like, I don't know, like some of these guys, like James Burnup, for example, they're like, is the difference kicking?
Yeah.
And if you've ever held a rugby football, have you like they're
I've never
Yeah,
I've seen them, but I've never like held one.
like if you have a really big foot, like you can get a hold of them. It's just it's a bigger type ball, but rugby is incredible to watch.
Yeah, wow. And Fred, thank you so much for the $5 super sticker. We appreciate it.
USA's sevens rugby team is top 10. Okay, and Dylan is it still the same thing like New Zealand and Australia, South Africa? Are they still like tops in the rugby world? I guess England too. You were saying, T?
Yeah, I mean I think it's pretty big there.
Huh? Interesting. Love it. Yeah, Fred, thank you so much, man, for the super chat.
I think it's bigger like in the Northeast here, rugby.
You know what? There's in New Mexico, they have a pro team that plays rugby, and they're called the Albuquerque Aardvarks.
Oh, okay.
I love it though. They're not the Tigers or the Wildcats or like some stupid. The cat names have all been played out, and I wonder, when are like names going to be like canceled out? Like the Tigers are mad that you're using like a Tigers name. I don't know. Yeah, see, New Zealand is like the Alabama of rugby. Yeah. Well, what's funny, and we'll kind of close the show. But when I was younger, I used to play this video game. It was rugby, so that's how I learned rugby because I was playing like I had a PlayStation game. It was rugby. And I loved it. It was like it was hard hitting. Yeah, Lisa's saying lacrosse.
Yeah,
lacrosse
big.
is awesome. Yeah, you have those Ivy League.
Yeah,
teams
I feel like that's like an elite sport.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
I don't know why.
Yeah. All right, fam. Well, I appreciate you guys joining us this morning. You guys have a restful Sunday. Tomorrow, spring football practice. We got you covered. Bama football on YouTube. Here's what to watch on Monday. And of course, we'll be back as like major news breaks. But we will be back tomorrow morning with our regular schedule. And then in the afternoon, you have Coach Kalen DeBoer's press conference. We're anticipating it being from somewhere between 5 p.m. and 6 p.m. There's never like a definite time, but the practice does start at 3:25 on Tuesday. There's no practice, but we will have our regular show. And then on Wednesday at 3:25, we will have practice coverage. And that is one of the 3 opportunities during spring football where it's an open practice. And we'll be able to watch everything and record everything for a period of time besides 11 on 11s. So we'll have a lot of great coverage on that on Wednesday. And then assistant coach interviews on Wednesday as well, along with player interviews. And then on Friday, we'll have I think it's defensive coach interviews. So I have a whole list. I've been game planning, honestly. Here are my notes for each day. This is Monday, kind of like the A through Z, and then this is like Wednesday, A to Z. So, try to stay organized, T. Is that the organization?
Yeah, that is the method we use here.
Yeah. So appreciate you guys. You guys have a wonderful day. Hit the thumbs up. We appreciate you guys more than you know. Welcome to August.
Yeah.
Welcome to
we just
March.
time traveled.
Yeah, we just well, because it's like football.
Yeah.
Welcome to March. Spring football is here. I appreciate you guys. We got you covered tomorrow with a ton of great coverage right here from beautiful Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Kyle Henderson, she is T. Taylor, our producer, and we hope you have a beautiful Sunday, and we will talk to you soon right here. Carla's asking, is the schedule? We can't post the actual schedule of the practices, but we can give you an idea of this coming week. So this week you have 3 practices: Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And then you go on spring break, and then we'll keep you posted kind of like on a week-to-week basis. But Monday, Wednesday, Friday, you get practice coverage, and we'll post it in the community tab, like what to watch this week. And I think we can do that. So anyways, I appreciate you guys being here, and hit the thumbs up, like, and subscribe, and hit the bell so you're always notified. And if you're a member of the Undefeated, we thank you so much right here on Bama Football on YouTube. And as we close out, just want to say thanks to our sponsors, and we'll close out on that note. Special thanks to our sponsor, Residence Inn, Ocean City, Maryland. Guests can book at residenceinnoc.com. Use the promo code LPR for special Bama football pricing, up to 20% off. Also, go to therogueshop.com. Use the promo code Bama. You get legal CBD. For me, personally, I like the topical oil. You know how intense my workouts are, right? So I like the topical oil. I like to rub that on my back, whatever, after those cinder blocks. So go to their website, cruise down, look through their website, and definitely check out rogueshop.com. And like I said, I like the topical. Again, the promo code is BAMA. Also, think about becoming a fan funder right here on Bama Football on YouTube. Become a part of the Undefeated as low as $2.99 a month. That's 10 cents a day. How do you do this? Make sure you're logged into your account. This is on a computer. You can also do this on your phone and look for the tab that says membership. Once you click membership, you can see different options. You can see an upgrade button right there to the right if you want to go through the different levels. We have fan funder videos from the staff right here at Bama Football on YouTube. Very easy to navigate. Let us know if you have questions inside the comment box when trying to upgrade or renew your fan funder membership right here on Bama Football on YouTube. And of course, if you want to rock that undefeated gear, check out our merch store located at the bottom of the videos. We appreciate Patriot Life, Cynthia, Antoine, Caitlin, and to everybody else that supports us right here on Bama Football on YouTube.